like, if I had a guardian angel, she would have prepared me for this moment because I feel like not enough people talk about, like, yeah, it's cool, you get to set the schedule and do this, but like, it's all on me, babes. There's no one saying there's a deadline that's in 4 hours. So now I'm like, and like, that's actually what I wanted for my life. However, I've done that for 35 years. We're just getting into the notion of doing something different. The dream of having a flexible schedule and being your own boss, and just things that I feel like we kind of glorify that can actually be a little bit stressful if you go into them without the right mindset, I think, and like a clear idea of like what's most important to you. On a typical Tuesday, I could wake up and like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm a full-time artist now. I get to go to the studio and I'll be sitting on the couch looking like that meme of Kavia, literally with my head down because I have so many options of what I could do. Now I have paralysis. Like, great. So many choices. What are the pros and cons of each? Like, I'm really digging into this when I should just be picking any of the things that cross my mind and just start doing it. And like, that is overwhelming. It's stressful. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't even feel productive. So I want to get into how I got here, like this mental space and ideas about productivity, and then what I'm planning to do in the next few weeks, and as a way to like address it and try to feel just a bit more calm about each day and have a sense of like what I'm gonna do, what's gonna make me feel like I'm proud of how I spent my time, that kind of thing. So let's get into it. Like, if I had a guardian angel, she would have prepared me for this moment because I feel like not enough people talk about, like, yeah, it's cool, you get to set the schedule and do this, but like, it's all on me, babes. There's no one saying there's a deadline that's in 4 hours. So now I'm like, and like, that's actually what I wanted for my life. However, I've done that for 35 years. We're just getting into the notion of doing something different. So who's going to help me get there? Why is there no guidebook? I don't know. Nevertheless, I'm going to figure it out for myself, and I hope you all stick around to see how that goes. So let's get into how we got here. And you know what? The trap I feel like I fall into all the time is like, doing work on the computer feels like so productive, and like more productive than painting, just because like there's an outward expression of that work, like the email is sent, or I can check a box necessarily, and it feels productive in a way that's just like pretty corporate. Whereas like making a video, that feels challenging for me because it's a thing I still feel like I have so much room for growth with. And so like, it can be a little bit nebulous. Like, am I even going to get the views after I did all this work? Like, I could also paint, but that feels indulgent. Like, yeah. And most times, like, I don't finish a painting in one sitting. So then it's like, well, I started a painting. There's no box to check for that. And so it's like, does that even count for like my mental productivity math? And so then I'm like, well, am I depriving myself of making art to do admin work? Because that's not why I got into this. And the admin work is supposed to be in support of the art, not the other way around. So we got to make that make sense. I'm a very logical girl, And so I'm like, you didn't decide to be a full-time artist to be a full-time email checker script writer but never recorder. Like, no, we're here to create things. We're here to express ourselves. We got to be doing that and prioritizing that. So yeah, that's a little bit different than what all my other jobs have required me to prioritize. So bear with me. Have some grace for your girl, okay? And like the hardest part of having free will is really the decision fatigue, because like I'm in this studio and I'm just like, do I make a video? Do I edit a video? Do I do something for short form? Because there's like a bajillion platforms and all these things I should know about them. Do I pay? And the amount of choices is just truly exhausting. Like, what? And then usually my anxiety makes me just choose the safest option, which ends up being like something on the computer, because that's what it's used to. And the reality is like a good day for me, I don't usually measure it based on how many admin things I did. I base it on whether or not I feel like I created something I'm excited about and like expressed myself. So did I sketch? Did I make time for my morning pages? Did I paint? Like, this is the metric that matters to me, and it feels good for my spirit, and it's what makes me feel accomplished. So like, maybe that's how I should be measuring my productivity. And as I'm saying this, I'm like, oh, you know what? I should update my to-do list. I have certain things on there, like apply for fellow, like residencies and all of that, and it's like a recurring thing. Then I sometimes add like painting to my to-do list, but I rarely do it because I feel like it's a given. But the things that I'm actually prioritizing are the things on that to-do list. And so that means painting needs to be on my to-do list. And interestingly, I came across a quote recently that said, stop treating pebbles like mountains. And I was like, oh, yes, I'm vibing with I'm picking up what you're putting down, babes, okay? Because literally every small thing can't be big. Like, one, that's not lovely for my nervous system. Like, we're just stressed. We're like, it's giving fight or flight when we are supposed to be like resting heart rate vibes, okay? So yeah, I'm just like, what we're going to start doing is just say yes. Painting comes to mind, go paint. Like, it's not a big decision. It's clearly what I want to be doing. It's on my mind all the time. So if it aligns with my overall vision and my goals, then it should be an easy yes, and we move on to the next decision, or make space for something else, like, or make space for nothing so that I can, like, I don't know, have a breather. What's wrong with the breather? What's wrong with the light brain and unwound up brain? Like, please. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. If something comes to mind that I want to be doing, I'm just going to do it. And well, at least if I don't have like any deadlines or things that I'm trying to meet. But other than that, that's what I should be prioritizing. I'm not going to be doing the overthinking and weighing the pros and cons of every single task or activity I could be doing. We're just going to get started. And then if I'm doing it and I decide I want to do something else, I'll do that next, or I'll stop what I'm doing and prioritize it if it's that important to me. So that's where I'm at mentally, and I'm feeling good about it. So my goal for the next few weeks is to focus on prioritizing the activities that make me feel good and that make me feel like I've expressed myself, especially because the other thing is like, computer work is draining. Like, what? So yeah. Morning pages, sketching, painting, those things should be my anchors. And honestly, the emails can wait. The admin work can wait. Like, the edit, honestly, can even wait. Because there's just so many things I want to do and I don't have time for them all. I have to prioritize something. And for me, that has to be drawing and painting and writing. So getting really crisp about like what's most important, and then moving as if that's the truth, and not letting the scarcity mindset and algorithm blues drive me cray-cray, such that I don't do the things that I really want to do. And yeah, all of those things can wait. The art cannot. Can't. So, yeah, I chose this path knowing that it would bring me a lot of freedom. That was like the point. But that should not be a burden for me. And it should be a way for me to actually like stay true to who I am and what I care about and how I want to spend my time. Like, even thinking about like a morning workout, I have like reclaimed physical activity and fitness and wellness from just like diet culture, but it continues to kind of creep up. And it's like a morning workout is also about a release and expression for me. Love lifting weights. I never felt more myself on a dance floor and in a yoga studio. So you can't tell me that movement is like not a part of my expression, but then I deprioritize it for a myriad of reasons. And it's like, but you have the time. So yeah, I just need to, I think, move from like waiting for someone to tell me exactly what my plan should be and get to a space of like, no, I'm creating this thing. I'm I'm making the decisions. I call the shots. What are the shots that I want or whatever. So yeah, that feels good. Like a good revelation and something that I can kind of come back to and hold on to. It's just like really reprioritizing how I'm thinking about what's important to me. And I'm not one to hold punches on myself, so I will give myself feedback. Like I say all the time, I need to honor my interests and all these things and then turn around and don't do it. But here I am talking to y'all, holding myself accountable. So I'm excited for what's to come and where this journey takes me. One of my takeaways is that you don't really find your path, or I haven't really just like found my path. I feel like I'm just saying yes to enough things that are kind of leading me down the path that was meant for me. And it's definitely scary to be like owning your power, but I realize that it's much nicer to actually have the power. And also just accepting that like so much of it lives within me that I already have or will have exactly what I need in order to meet the moment, and that I should just be able to trust myself to show up to the things that I enjoy and that I set out to create and make and spend my time doing, and just trust that this is the right path. And as long as I'm showing up to it, I will find my way. So if you are struggling with how to make more use of your free will, like just go create the things you want to make. Go do the thing you've been putting off doing. Like you want to go to a new thrift store, go to a new thrift store. You want to try a new drink at your coffee shop, try a new drink. Don't keep getting that same drink. Like, free will is right there. It's your power. The choice is yours. And we don't have to treat our small choices like they're major choices when they don't have to be that. Like, we can just accept that we're trying something, we're gonna learn something. Maybe you'll like the drink, maybe you won't. But either way, you will learn more about yourself. And honestly, free will and learning what we like, that has got to be one of the best gifts of life. And I'm trying to take it by the horns. So, if you're new here, also check out my studio vlogs where I kind of talk about my journey to this current space that I'm in and share just like my studio setup and what the vibes are around here.